Hey guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my brush set with Laruce. I've been wanting to tell you guys about this for a while now, but I haven't been able to say anything. This is it right here, guys. This whole package actually just showed up today so that I can see everything kind of come together. I'm so emotional right now. I've already cried a few times. I'm going to try not to cry for the intro. Also, how cool is this holographic in the center? So it comes in a magnetic black case. You open it up. There's a little mesh bag in here covering the case so it doesn't get dirty. And this is what the black case looks like that the brushes are in. This case is just so convenient, and you get the vegan leather. It looks sleek, sexy, and obviously it's a little zip case. Another great thing about this case is the little zip compartment here. This just gives you extra storage. You can really put anything in here. My first thought is like eyeliners, mascaras, like tweezers, just like little like tools. But this case is so convenient and handy. Look at it, it's so cute. So I have 13 brushes total. I have 6 for the face and the rest are eye brushes. It was really important to me to include every single brush that you need in order to create a fully realized look. Most of you guys probably already know this, but I've been working with Laruce for, I think it's been probably about a year now, and I've been using their brushes non-stop regardless of whether we're collabing at that time or not. And these are my everyday brushes. So I was so excited when they reached out and wanted to do a collab with me on my own brush set. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've gotten offered to just stamp my name on a product, and obviously I don't take those kind of collaborations. If I'm gonna put my name on anything, I stand behind it 100%. So I'm so excited to be able to bring this brush set to you guys. It means so much to me, more than you'll ever know. Also, if you guys didn't know, all of Laruce's brushes are vegan and cruelty-free, which was really important to me. But I'm gonna stop rambling because I'm gonna start getting emotional, and let's just get into the tutorial of the video. So I'm gonna show you what each brush is for and how I'm using it to create this makeup look. But before we jump into that, let me just tell you guys, Laruce is having an amazing Black Friday sale right now. If you use the code HOLIDAY40 at checkout, it'll give you 40% off of my brush set. But they also include mystery gift bags once you spend a certain amount. Once you spend $75, you get a comparable $75 gift bag. And if you spend $150, you get a comparable $150 mystery gift bag. And that goes all the way up to like $350. So I'll pop up the thing right here in case it's like a little confusing to you guys. But yeah, make sure to use HOLIDAY40 at checkout, and let's get into the tutorial. I'm going to start out my foundation using the Kabuki brush. This is it right here. Guys, this brush really gives you an airbrush look. It just perfectly blends out your foundation and gets in all those little crevices. crevices. But it really does. I don't know a better way of explaining what this does. It's magical. It's so hard for me to find a foundation brush that doesn't make my makeup look really cakey and heavy. But this one just really blends it beautifully. I mean, you guys are seeing it for yourself. To set my face, I'm going in with a tapered face brush. I always start with my forehead because I have a really creasy forehead. I just want to make sure that the foundation doesn't settle in those areas. I love how big this brush is. It just makes this process so quick and easy, especially if you're like me and you set your entire face, because I have really oily skin, so I can't get away with like a dewy look. I literally forgot to put my concealer on because I've just been too excited to show you guys these brushes, but I think it looks fine. You can still see like my green vein right here. It's a character. I'm just grabbing my Kabuki and just setting powder right here where I have a few of my like harsh lines, and this just gets the powder to melt in there. We're just gonna bake that. You can't even really see it, it's just a little bit. For my contour, I'm going in with the flat angle brush. So this has a little curve to it. And I also like that this is not it's like kind of pointed. I don't know how to exactly how to explain that, but if you look at the brush this way, you can see that it just fully sculpts into that area. It just hugs those curves. And especially for your neck, like I love going like this. It just fully hugs that area. And that tip, when I go to do my cheeks, I just lightly kind of feather it. Okay, I'll show you guys. I'm getting too excited. I've had nightmares of making this video because of how excited I am, that I feel like I'm almost like overselling you guys, but I really love these brushes. I mean, you guys see that I use them all the time, so I'm sure you know the excitement's real. But look at that, it just gives you such a nice natural contour. And then I'm gonna go in and make it unnatural in a little bit. When it comes to my chin, I like how this hugs this area here, especially because I've been shading a little bit above the neckline as well, because I don't know if you guys can see like little indents here. So, I mean, I think that just might be my bone structure. I don't think it's like, what do they call it? Like a jowl where there's like extra skin. I don't know if I'm old enough for that yet, but it just kind of conceals that a little bit by darkening it. So I like that this does that step all in one. And then I go under and just cut this a little bit more, like I'll just shade underneath a little bit more. Next up, I'm going in with a contour blending brush. And this guy I like using specifically for my forehead area. The shape of this allows me to get right into like my hairline here to darken it. And it also just like very gently buffs it out. I also hit the sides of my face right here, right beside my brow, just to make my face look a little bit slimmer. So I think I have a square face, right? Is that what that is on the diagram? I either have a square face or a heart-shaped face. And obviously for this brush, you can just use this for all of your contouring, but you guys know I'm a little extra when it comes to contouring, so I like going in with the Duo Fibre brush. Ugh, I love this little guy. These bristles are so soft and it really allows you to get in there. There is a bigger version of this as well, which I love, but this size is perfect for just really getting into that contour and blending it out. It just gives you that airbrushed look. Now I'm going back into my neck here and just fully blending out this contour. I love just going over all my contoured areas with this brush and just buffing it out even more. It just gives it more of that natural, like not exactly natural, everyone can tell you have a contour on, but it really just blends all the lines. You don't have any harsh lines there. It all just melds everything together. I also just take this for my nose and kind of dust it all over my entire nose. You guys know my weird nose contour hack at this point. So I just darken the entire thing and then I'll go in with the smaller brush and go right underneath and then also right in the corners of the bridge up top. To finish shading the nose, I go in with my angled shading brush. I go right underneath here to make the nose look a little bit shorter. I just love the shape of this brush. This is literally like the perfect brush on this planet. So I don't know if you guys can see on here, but it's thin enough to get into all the areas that you need, but it's also big enough to fully give you like a blown out effect. But I also use this brush for my transition shades right in the crease. This is just my favorite brush of life. Like, look at that. It gives you such a natural shadow for your nose. That's why I love using it there, but it just has so many uses. And then I buff this into my crease area to just further blend out that contour, make it look a little bit more natural, and then it gradiates into the eyeshadow look, which just gives it a really uniform look. I mean, you guys can see the difference. Look at this. It's just like a natural definition where this side doesn't really have any definition at all. But it subtly makes the nose look a little bit smaller because you're bringing it in. But yeah, look how natural that looks. I can't get over it. Let me just remove these crusty lips for you guys. Ugh. I hate when I see that in videos. It just like is the only thing I focus on. Next up, we have the highlighter brush. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I do go back and forth between whether I like using highlighter and whether I just don't wear it. I just go through phases, but I have been using a new technique where I guess it's not new technique, but I don't use like a glittery highlighter anymore. So I go into like a light beige and then I take that on my chin to give me a highlight. Take it right here, right above my brows. And this is obviously just like a matte beige shade. This is from the Shade and Light. This is the lightest shade in that palette. And then I'll take it beside my nose here and a little bit underneath my eyes. And obviously this brush is perfect if you guys want to do a glittery highlight. Maybe just for the sake of the video, I'll show you guys how I would have done my cheeks before when I used to use like a glittery highlighter. So I'm just gonna go right up top here. Oh. I mean, every time I use it, I am like, okay, I like it again. But it was really important to me to include a highlighter brush because I know that pretty much everyone highlights. and for the times when I do go through my phases and I love it again. But I also really just love using this brush when I go in with setting powders to fully like chisel this part out here, which I'll show you right now. So I grab my setting powder and then I go right underneath my contour, and then I just leave that to bake while we finish out the rest of our makeup. While I have the setting powder baking, I'm gonna go in with that same brush. This is just a multi-use brush, guys. I use it for pretty much everything. I love this brush for blush as well, because it just allows you to get into the apples of the cheeks without going crazy. I don't like a really fluffy blush brush because then it just doesn't give me the control that I want, because I just like doing this area. I go a little bit on the chin, and then like I said, I do the nose as well. I'm gonna do my brows real quick and then I'll be back. Okay, don't judge these brows. I'm working on it. I've been experimenting with so many different shapes on my brows. They've been taking me like an hour to do. That's why I'm just like, let me just figure it out and then I'll snap back in. But anyway, let's get started on the eye look. I was telling you guys that I use the angled shading brush as my transition shade, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just going right into the crease of my eye, just blending it into my nose contour. This eyeshadow isn't the same shade that I used for my nose contour, but it actually looks really similar to it. It's the first time that I'm using this palette. This is by ColourPop. This is the Fly Away palette, and I'll just show you guys real quick. This is the greens. Thought it would be fun to do an olive eye look. I haven't done like an olive green eye look in, I don't know if I've ever done an olive green eye look, but I saw this palette and I was like, yes. Again, I just love this brush because you can be precise if you want to, or you can really fluff it out. I'm also using this to go underneath my eyes as like an under eye transition. Whatever I do to the top eyelid, I like mimicking it to the bottom. It just helps give more definition. This is also just a really good example of how you can be really precise with this brush if you want to, because you can tell it doesn't look super blown out underneath the eye. I just hugged it to my eyeball. What am I trying to say? Next up, I'm going in with the Tapered Blending brush. This is another one of my all-time favorite brushes. Obviously, all of these brushes are my favorites because this is what I chose to have in my collection, but I do have favorites of my favorites. This is definitely one. I just love a good fluffy brush. Blending your eyeshadows with these brushes, guys, is just effortless. It really does the work for you. You don't need to be there for hours blending out your eyeshadows. I honestly can't say enough about these brushes. I'm grabbing the pencil brush to go underneath the eye with that same shade, just on the outer corners here. I'm gonna go in with the shadow brush, and I'm just gonna do my classic darker outer corner. So I'm taking that same green that I used in the crease and just darkening this outer edge. This brush is perfect for laying down pigment. This is kind of like I guess it would be considered like a packing brush. Now I'm going into the brown shade in the palette, and I'm gonna go on the outer V of my eye. So I'm pretty much just going over top of the olive green that we used, but I'm staying closer to like the crease of my eye, if that makes sense. And I'm going in with that pencil brush just to get in there a little bit deeper. Get in there. I'm going back in with that angled shading brush and just tapping these colors together to just give everything like a cohesive blend. I love this eye look. I'm taking the small angled brush and I'm gonna go right underneath of my eye on the outer corner with that brown shade. And I'm blending that out using the shadow brush. I'm going back in with the shadow brush and I'm going into Astral Lands, which is this really pretty olive green metallic shade. And I'm focusing this on the inner half of my eye, but then I'm continuing it to the outside just a little bit to blend those shades together. Now I'm going into the detailed blending brush. I love this brush for highlighting, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Twirl, and I'm gonna use this for the inner corner of my eye. I'm gonna do my eyeliner real quick, and then we're gonna smoke out the wing. All right, this step has been one of my favorites for makeup lately because you don't need to be super precise with your eyeliner. If you're not great at doing a winged eyeliner, they'd kind of look wonky. You can always lay down the base with your eyeliner and then just go over it with a black eyeshadow and just smoke it out. It just gives you more of like a sultry look. And like I said, I'm using the liner brush. Let me show you guys up close. This is just like a super, super thin brush. This is such a great brush for detailing. I use this brush for everything. I use this for my makeup transformations, my cartoons, my cosplays, and obviously my everyday makeup. I wiped off my detailed blending brush and I'm gonna go in with my highlight. So my nose highlight, I like to do the tip right here. And then I go right on the bridge there in the center. And then I pop it on the inner corners of my eyes just to go over that other shade there. And then I go in with my finger and just blend this out slightly. I'm going in with this olive pencil by Revlon. I'm just blending in that extra setting powder that we were baking with. I'm gonna pop on some lashes real quick and I'll be back. All right guys, this is a look with the lashes on. I love the way this makeup look turned out. I need to do olive way more often. I feel like you can really see like the greens in my eyes with this look. So let me know what you guys think of this look in the comments down below, and let me know what you think of the makeup brushes. Are you excited about it? Are you gonna be purchasing? If you do, I'll have it linked in the description down below along with a code for Black Friday. I really wanna know what your feedback on the brush set is, guys. This has been, I'm gonna cry, but this is so important to me. Like, I really wanted to be able to give you guys a brush set that has every single brush that you need in order to create a fully realized look. Like I said, they're all of my favorite brushes from LaRuce. I love LaRuce brushes. I've been using them for a long time now. I never put my name on anything that I don't stand behind 100%. That's why I don't take a whole lot of sponsorships. I've had a lot of brands reach out and just wanted me to kind of stamp my name on a product, and that's just not what I'm all about. It has to be a brand that I truly love and products that I truly use every single day. So I'm just so honored to be able to work with them and hopefully give you guys the gift of finding awesome brushes, because they're really hard to find good brushes. When I started out my makeup career, I used my hands for everything. Literally, go back and watch my earlier videos. I kind of don't want you to watch them because they're very cringy, but I applied all of my eyeshadows using my fingers. I applied my foundation using my hands. I mean, I just could not find brushes that did what my hands could do. And after finally finding LaRuce, I've been able to step up my makeup game. I mean, I feel like my makeup's never looked better. I keep progressing, obviously, but I love the way that my foundation just looks airbrushed now. My eyeshadows are finally blended in. They're not all cakey and patchy and shit. But anyway, guys, I hope that you love the brush set as much as I do. It was really important for us to get this launched by Black Friday so that we can have some specials out for you guys. Whether you just want the brush set as soon as possible, or if you want it for a Christmas present, or to be able to get someone else for a Christmas present. So yeah, happy holidays, guys. I love you so much, and this wouldn't be possible without all of you. I mean, oh my god, this is like the 10th time I'm crying in this video. This is just such a cool opportunity for me, and yeah, I want to be able to give this gift to you guys. So I love you. Bye. Oh my god.